Hello, sir. How can I help you? 7 questions that the smartest used car buyers will always ask. So I see you're really interested in this beautiful used pickup truck. It's a Ram. It's a Dodge. It's a 2003. Would you like to know anything about it? Yeah, I'd like to know, would there happen to be a used car warranty left? Any warranty left on this at all? Yeah, being as this vehicle's not all that new, because honestly, newer vehicles within 2 or 3 years probably still have a little bit additional factory warranty. This being an older vehicle doesn't have the factory warranty, nor does it have the actual extended warranty because this vehicle is so old. But what you can do is actually call the manufacturer, give them the VIN off the front here and let them know what it is and see maybe they have something residual. You definitely want to check up and make sure you have warranty if it's available. And you know what, if I had some, I'd probably give it to you. I'd give you the paperwork because that's just the most reputable thing to do. Yeah, can you actually substantiate the mileage that's on the odometer of this vehicle? Yes, the modern day odometers are pretty obvious. They're very, very hard to hack. And while there's some people that still thrive on that, when I show you the Carfax and I'll show you the service records, all the numbers we'll see in chronological order. So I'll show you that you can actually verify that the miles in fact are correct on this vehicle. And here, let's turn the key on and I'll show you that what we have is actually true. I turn on the ignition. And in fact, yes, this vehicle states it has 166,792 kilometers on it. And I have every reason to believe that's correct. Also, just simply by looking at the overall condition, the seats aren't that well worn. Everything, the condition of it, exterior, the body, everything aligns with that type of mileage. But we can validate that through the Carfax. So you're willing to throw in all those pieces and parts. Can you get this in writing? You bet you can get that in writing. I've worked at shady dealers before as a sales gentleman, and I've seen them where they don't put it in writing, and then the terms of the financing or the terms of the conditions or something that you threw in, they weren't warranted. The dealer denied that it actually happened, and the customer left very, very mad and upset because the terms weren't verified. They came back, that particular salesperson had moved on to another job, and now there was no way to argue. It was his word versus mine. And so at the end of the day, yeah, I'll give you that in writing, no problem, to make sure that we're both satisfied. Are you able to give me the title information on this particular vehicle? Yeah, I can certainly get you information on that. We know a lot of dealers, there's title washing, rebuilt titles, salvage titles, all kinds of miscellaneous shady operations out there. And there's a lot of nefarious practices, a lot of dealers that don't operate above board. But you know what, simply by looking here, we'll show you the VIN. You can get the VIN number right there. Or also, I can get the VIN here off of the pillar. There's a VIN number right there on this vehicle. Sometimes they're notified on this beam right there. But we'll get that VIN, we'll get the Carfax, and the Carfax will show where the vehicle's been, where it's been registered, as well as what you can actually expect in terms of overall servicing, major repairs, whether it's salvage title or not. Definitely, I'll get you all that information and we can prove it on paper. So what's your return policy should I not like this unit? Well, I don't know if we can give you necessarily a return on this vehicle. I mean, if there's something major wrong, we might warranty, we can talk to the manager about it. But generally, the cool down policy doesn't really exist. It's more of a myth. And reality is, while some dealers may actually warranty or give you a little bit of a return policy on used vehicles, that is just more or less a myth and not really fact. And unfortunately, we can't necessarily give you that. But if you do have something major kaboom, we might, you bring it back, we'll look at it, we'll maybe give you something different, maybe trade it across. Now, granted, I know you've probably heard of lemon laws, and there are lemon laws for vehicles that the dealers can't fix. You bring it back once, twice, 3 times on a new vehicle, and it just can't be fixed because it's just that bad. There are lemon laws available in some states and some locations that can actually warranty that, and you can take the vehicle back. But that's generally a rare exception, and that's pretty extreme. But a vehicle like this, unfortunately, we probably won't take it back. The return policy really isn't there to allow that. I don't see a buyer's guide on this. Do you happen to have that available? Yeah, of course there's a buyer's guide for this. It's actually posted on that back window, and it really basically states that in some cases, buyer's guide can actually give you additional warranties, maybe give you some repairs, specific repairs. Maybe it'll state that if the brakes are gone in short order, we'll fix that for you. And it does state on this particular vehicle, it is sold as is, where is. So in this case, no particular warranty exists, but by law in the United States, you actually have to have documentation posted on the vehicle, usually in the back, that states that in fact what it covers, if there's any coverage on the warranty, so that it is documentation for the customer to feel extra comfortable. seeing as this vehicle's quite used, would you happen to have some repair history on it? I'd like to know a little bit more about the type of service and repairs it's actually seen. Well, you know, if this was a newer vehicle, you could probably look up, we could go in, check the VIN, and if it's as a certified pre-owned vehicle, often we do give, you know, the information. There's a lot of times they're servicing and it's on the Carfax, so we can pull the Carfax and it'll give you all that detail, whether there was a new set of tires, showed you where it was registered, also said there was a clutch maintenance done on it. But unfortunately, an older vehicle like this, a lot of those records are gone. You can pull the Carfax, it will have a spotty record. It might show some of the recalls that were completed. It will show that this vehicle here actually in fact has some of the major repairs and recalls done. But realistically, the only major records you're going to find on this, because we took this in on a trade here last week, what you'll probably just find is there was a couple of records in the glove box of this vehicle, and we can dig that up for you. We'll show you a few of the things that were done. I know you could tell these are newer tires. I would imagine the brakes are done on this vehicle too, but at the end of the day, most of these records are going to be somewhat spotty because this is an older vehicle, so we can't really help you. If it was newer, certified pre-owned, you definitely would be able to get some of that information on the Carfax. And with all of that said, check that out. Some of the best buys you can find right now. Hope to see each and every one in the next one. We'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.